And welcome back, fellow adventurers, to Let's Play Gone Home. When last we left off, we just finished exploring through the master bedroom here in the house. Let's head this way. Oh. It's almost like Christmas lights, but all red. I remember when I first played this game, I came around this corner. This was a very eerie sight for me. Sam's darkroom. Do not enter if red lights are on. Can we open the attic? Nope, it's locked. So we're going to have to find the key to get in there. First off, we have a note under the door here. Katie, Mom and Dad were going to make up the guest room for you to stay in over the summer, but you came home on such short notice that they weren't around to do it. You can use my room if you want. I won't be needing it anymore. Sam. Some paintings. Ah, so this must be then the guest bedroom. That makes sense. This is a little bit more closed in and smaller than all the other bedrooms we've seen so far. And here is all of Katie's stuff. So this must have been all the stuff that she left at the house after leaving. And just moved it over here. Composition book. Samantha Greenbrier, Ghost Hunter Journal. How many of you out there in the audience have had a composition book like this? I know I had my fair share. Sighting Journal, August 31st, 1994, 1:19 a.m. A tall shadow in the upstairs hall. When I rounded the corner, no one was there. How tall was Uncle Oscar? Note, I was not wearing my glasses. September 3rd, 1994, 12:44 a.m. A faint voice coming from the bottom of the stairs. It said, "Hello." Did not investigate. Probably was the furniture. September 9th, 1994, 4:11 p.m. Poured milk from carton in fridge. It was spoiled. Pretty sure I read that spirits can sour milk. Milk was just bought yesterday. Moo. It's a milk ghost, I guess. October 9th, 1994, 11:24 p.m. Lonnie says she feels a pressure in the TV room. I suddenly begin to feel cold. We built a protective pillow fort. October 22nd, 1994, 11 p.m. to 12 a.m. Lonnie and I employ Ouija board as a medium. Disturbing messages are conveyed from the other side. Oscar is definitely here. October 28th, 1994, 10 p.m. to the following day at 4 a.m. Enlisted Lonnie to stay up all night and help patrol premises, recording any signs of otherworldly presence. Lonnie reported many sightings, but all remain unconfirmed. Possible ectoplasm in attic, probably due to leaky roof. Sample taken just in case. Despite our best efforts, we both fell asleep around 4 a.m. All in all, a successful night. So, since Sam met Lonnie, seems to have employed her in her ghost hunting activities. I can appreciate, though, that she has a kind of level head about this. She thinks there might be something involved, but she's also willing to be skeptical and try to find other explanations. It's a very fair approach. Hey, Sam, you were asking what my ROTC ribbons meant. Here's a handy guide. This one here, orienteering, this means the Army thinks I can find my way around. This one means rifle team. The Army has branded me as a certified killing machine. And this one, adventure training. I am a born adventurer, adventuress, and no borders can hold me. The Army recognizes this. So if you didn't think I was cool before, now you do. Signed, Lonnie. Although what that note's doing here, actually both the note and the composition book, I'm not sure. because Sam knew that this was going to be Katie's room, at least for a while. So, I don't know. Maybe these were put in before she realized that Katie was coming home. I think that's everything in here, so just turn off the lights. Alright. I think it's just one more? Yes. One more room here on the top floor we haven't been to. Radiator. Another cassette tape. I think this means there's a player nearby. Yes. Okay. So again, if you're into punk music, you can listen to that one. I'm just going to leave it there next to the tape player. I don't tend to let those play while I'm wandering around here just because it's going to be a lot harder to hear my voice. My voice is already a little bit softer than the game audio itself. I've tried to balance things a little bit since this Let's Play started, but as you may have heard, I am using a new microphone, so I've had to fuss with a couple of the sound settings. But anyway, hopefully you can still hear me okay. If not, let me know, and I'll try to adjust things. Alright, performance evaluation. Name Richard Pottermuck, I guess. Okay, so this is the Richard that Janice was writing to her old roommate about. Supervisor Janice. Evaluation period September to November. She gave him full marks. And supervisor comments. Ranger Pottermuck. I'm just going to use that. Has been indispensable during the course of the prescribed burn preparation and execution. I believe his expertise and dedication have been the deciding factor in the success of a very complex and challenging conservation effort. In the opinion of the Flintlock Forest staff, Rick's contributions to daily operations have become essential to the outfit's continuing success. To this end, I will be formally submitting paperwork requesting his permanent reassignment to this facility. Signed, Janice. Ah. So the plot thickens. She was already seemingly interested in this man, and now she wants him around for the long term. Just the note here, I think. Halloween show. The Misfits. Parentheses, they're awesome. Don't forget your costume. Stygian Lounge, October 29th, 9 p.m. 306 West Franklin, downtown. See you there. Sign L. So, Lonnie.
Sometimes you just have to lie to Mom and Dad. Like when Lonnie asked me to see a band with her and stay over at her friend's place in the city after. That's a lie to Mom and Dad's situation. But it was so worth it. The girls on stage were just so loud and real and awesome. And everybody was moving together like one huge tide of sound. Between two songs, Lonnie leaned over and said, "How do you like your first show?" I was so happy. I felt tears starting in my eyes. And then she up and hugged me. I think she could tell.
Alright, so we have another common teenage action. Lying to the parents in order to go off to somewhere where the parents may not let them go. Can't read that. I always end up getting the bad light. Wildfire. Okay. He saved her from the raging flames, and then things really heated up. By Rosewater Publishing. I'm going to guess this is probably mom's book that she, oh, actually, no, I need to use that later. That, just, oh, back over here. That she has just to, you know, around just in case, you know. That's kind of cool. Let's see that again. Can we see that again? Oh. Ah. Oh, that's too bad. Sorry. I wanted to actually just pay attention to it as it popped up. But oh well. Now, my family did not have one of these built into the desk here, the sewing machine. But I did know some people who did. So that was another blast from the past for me. Healthy Choices book. Oh, yeah, that looks like a textbook there. So maybe a health class. Open folder. Examine map. Lonnie. Holy crap, I was in the library and noticed something in the corner and I found a secret passage. And it had Oscar's creepy old stuff in it. Oh my god. I have got to see this. We're skipping 6. 6 period. Blech. Yeah. So here we have the map. You can tell by the incidental music that we now access something that we couldn't get to before. So here's our upstairs hall. The sewing room is where we are now. So we just come out here, go back to the closet, and there should be some stairs going down. And sure enough, secret passage marked on map. Which is pretty cool, I must say. Heavens to Betsy. Calculated. So that must be the tape we found in the other room. Oops, I missed. One more try for luck. Yeah. Okay. This is how exciting sometimes I can be, people. Alright, the armoire. We have a witch costume. Oh no, I take that back. It's a buccaneer or piratess costume. Captain Allegra and the first mate. Your costume and my costume, signed Lonnie. So that would be Sam and Lonnie. So that's really cute. Lonnie found out about Sam's early childhood stories and decided to go to this Halloween night as characters in Sam's story, which is really cute. That made me smile when I first saw it. Oops. Come on, close, close. There we go. So game-wise, of course, the important thing here is to get to mentioning the secret passage. Because now we can go to it. So let's head back downstairs. And we will see what are in these secret passageways. Oh, actually, no. We were going to end off exploring Sam's room last, weren't we? I remember that. Let's do it. Nothing's connected to the TV. Let's see. Do we have a normal light switch? No, not in this room. Okay, everything's on. Let's have a look. Stereo? Actually, that looks fairly modern day for the mid-90s there. Nothing in there. This is the official Flaming Skull drawer. And there's another cassette. Beatmobile Cool Scheme is the name of it. And is there a tape player? Oh, duh. Yes, there is one. There we go.
We're so cool, yeah, yeah. Yeah, we're so cool, cool. We're so cool, yeah, yeah. Fuck you too, cool, come on.
So I just wanted to give you a sample of that one. I'll just go around this way. Sam, I think the creative writing track would be perfect for you. This Blacklock? Ah, can't quite read that one. Summer preschool college, pre-college program for young scholars, 1995 session. Reed College, one of the nation's most lauded private liberal arts and sciences universities, is proud to announce the 14th annual summer program for young scholars. This program invites students of grades 10 and 11 to attend lectures, workshops, and discussions covering a variety of intellectual pursuits by focusing on small group sessions and close faculty-student interactions. The program encourages young minds to thoroughly explore areas of growth and enrichment as they approach the threshold of higher education. The program is divided into distinct tracks by subject matter, but students are encouraged to select sessions from secondary tracks along with that to which they are admitted. On campus, housing and meals are provided, as well as part of the program's tuition. Scholarships for summer program. Oops, I think I'm going to sneeze. Oh, no? Oh, never mind. Sorry about that. Scholarships for the summer program are available based upon merit and need, judged by each student's submitted portfolio and financial documentation. So, it looks like Sam's teacher has highlighted creative writing, and the fact that in the program, 3 students per year are offered a full scholarship. So her teacher is a pretty good teacher. She, on the one hand, the assignment that we found from the sex ed course was, not strictly necessarily what was being asked, but the teacher recognized it. She saw the creativity that went into it, and that perhaps, Sam had not quite found her calling yet, or recognized her talents, and so she sent some encouragement for Sam to explore possibilities as being a writer. As a teacher myself, I appreciate that. Let's see. In fact, I had a teacher once tell me that maybe I would end up being a really good writer. Hasn't really happened yet, but every now and then I dabble with it. I don't think there's anything over here. We'll just leave that off. Crumpled note in the trash can. This must be Lonnie, student name, Yolanda DeSoto. Ooh, it's a disciplinary referral, so something happened here. Mr. Benchley observed Miss DeSoto wearing a t-shirt with an unacceptable image on the front, a large beer can labeled Post Blue Ribbon. Miss DeSoto was sent to the guidance counselor's office. Action taken. Miss DeSoto was given the option to turn her shirt inside out, change into a shirt from her gym locker, or be suspended for the rest of the day. Miss DeSoto chose suspension. Her father was called, but there was no answer and no answering machine. Miss DeSoto must return this form tomorrow, signed by her father. And, of course, Lonnie did not. So this was last October. So on the one hand, Lonnie is in the ROTC and appears to be doing well in it. But on the other hand, she seems to be having the traditional problem with authority that some teenagers have. This just goes back out the other way, yeah. So, no need to go that way. That is just an eraser. Anything else? Nope, just the eraser. Oh, wait, something under the bed here. Brochure. Brother 150. Of course, it's a Phaedrus. New for 1965. This is the one me and my dad are building. Want to go for a ride when it's done? Okay. So, Interesting. Seems to be an open question so far. On the one hand, Lonnie seems to... Her father seems to be around if she's building it with her. But on the other hand, when they tried to contact Lonnie's parents, there was no answer at her home. Groove Magazine, Kurt Cobain, 1967 to 1994. So this is, in fact, about the time that he committed suicide. Another Groove Magazine. I actually don't recognize these names. Oh wait, no, I recognize Ice Cube. But I think that's it. Even when I was a teenager, I didn't follow a lot of popular culture, so there's a lot of name drops in this game that I probably am going to end up missing. Something under the mat? No, that's just down there to the bottom. Okay. Anything else under the bed? Yes, a slip. For Sam, year 11. Shop 1 or Shop I? Oh, from shop class. Okay, metalworking and engraving. C, grade is C minus. Notes, not a challenging assignment. Metal plaque for family portrait, reasonable subject but not complex. When I said that mom and dad should be replaced with parents, names I did not mean with that mom and dad should be replaced with the parents' names, I did not mean just add them underneath. Acceptable leveling on edges should show more pride in work. So that plate that we saw underneath the family portrait was actually made by Sam in her shop class. Here's the classic Mulder X-Files poster. I would lose my nerd cred if I didn't recognize that one. Radio station. Let's see. Trying to, oops, nope, zoom in. Oh, this is hard to read. I'll kind of put that right there. Okay, so if you want to try to read that, go ahead. You can pause it. But I have it at the 720p that I usually record at, and I'm not quite getting it, except for the one on the right is but I'm assuming that's a whole comic scene there. Once I ever get my new computer, I will probably start recording it at higher resolutions. My computer is so ancient these days. Alright, so I kind of left this till last, or near the end, but I just wanted to have a look at it. Here's some classic Super Nintendo cartridges, although all of the names are different, probably for copyright reasons. We have Adventurous the Cat Returns. We have Super Spitfire. And we have Journey of Crystal. So, I'll let you guys take a guess as to what games they might try to be parodying there. It's kind of funny that they decided it was okay to mention Street Fighter, but I guess they're not allowed to actually show a Street Fighter cartridge. These are these Magic Eye pictures, where you put your face really close into the screen and then you slowly pull out so that your eyes will be crossed, and you can actually see a picture kind of jump out, a three-dimensional shape. There's that one. I think that one is a Magic Eye 2, although I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure the first one is. So again, if you want to pause it and see if you can see the 3D picture, go ahead. Actually kind of sparse here. You can tell that a teenager is living here, but has not been living here for a very long time yet. Read codes. Chun-Li moves. Fireball. Left, right, hold punch. Lightning kick. Helicopter kick. Yeah, these sound right. It's been a while since I played Street Fighter 2, but these sound like the right moves for Chun-Li. And there's a note here. Hi, Lonnie. I wrote this in first period and left it in your locker on the way to school. It's what all the cool kids are doing, I've decided. Write me back. Also, here's an idea for something to draw. 2 cats on a motorcycle. Hey, this is a good idea. What all the cool kids are actually doing is sending each other pages on their beepers. Oh, there's another blast from the past. Beepers! But we're cooler than them, because guess what? They can't put this on a beeper. And then she drew the picture that Sam was asking for. One more here. Your drawing of cats was so good that I added a background to make it even better. Maybe I should just stick to writing, though. Haha, I like it. How did you know that they were about to be abducted by aliens? I'm looking at Mr. Fish right now. I feel like he would probably have lots of cats. Also like his secret shame is he watches 90210 religiously. I'll ask him about it after class. He said he doesn't have cats and also that he's never watched 90210, but I could see in his eyes he was lying. So it looks like there's a nice, it's a very nice possible pairing here, in that Lonnie seems to like to draw and Sam is good at writing. They could probably be a pretty cool creative team, I'd say. Now, we have a combination here, but unfortunately we have not yet seen a code. So we will keep our eyes open for that. Huh. Got Your Number board game. Not familiar with that one. Man, Sam had this like 4th grade. Sure enough. What's underneath it? A book. Ah. Obligatory copy of the Holy Bible. Ah, a chapter. The King's Labyrinth, Chapter 2, Fraying Threads. Captain Allegra, still her flowing skirt and sturdy jerkin, descended the single shining thread into the lower cavern of the labyrinth. She and the first mate, on their own now, grew closer to their goal, the throne room of the dead immortal king of the island. The first mate slid down the line onto the stone floor. She swept chalky bone dust from the front of her canvas trousers, and looked up at Allegra. The silken thread, nigh unbreakable thanks to the enchanted moths that inhabited the island, trailed behind, leading their way back to the entrance. From further into the labyrinth a moaning began to echo. The moaning grew louder and clearer. It turned into words from some ancient language they could not understand, the king's cursed voice. The hairs on Captain Allegra's arm stood on end. She looked back at the first mate, whose eyes remained locked on the blackness of the passage for a moment too long before noticing the captain's gaze. The first mate nodded silently ahead. Following the king's ghostly song deeper and deeper into the labyrinth, they came upon a rocky gap spilling forth out otherworldly blue light. The great basin of the dead king's throne room lay below, skeletal in rotted robes. The king was hunched over the blue orb, topping his royal scepter. Shadows of his bony fingers danced on the walls like ghouls. As he sang, wailing souls flowed into one by one through the cracks in the cave walls, pulled into the orb, causing it to grow brighter and brighter. Behind the king, a long staircase hewn from rock led down into the chamber from a passage at the top. Allegra said, "We have the advantage in numbers. I will draw his attention, and then you—" But the first mate interrupted. "No, I am smaller and quicker, and you know the dealing with mystic energies like these. I will circle to the other side, get the king's attention, and lead him on a merry chase." She held up the silk line, all traced by this invincible thread, of course. Allegra said, "It is a good plan, but perhaps we should go together." The first mate shook her head. "You know this is our best chance. Don't be afraid for me." They grasped hands and exchanged 3 tight squeezes, their palms growing warm. The first mate tied the shining thread to the belt of her trousers, gave a quick salute and a wink, and dashed off. Allegra waited, staring vigilantly across the top of the stairs where the first mate was to appear. The king continued his... Wait, no. No! The singing stopped. The king turned and began walking up the stairs. Allegra wanted to call out, to do anything to stop the first mate from running headfirst into danger. She tried tugging on the line to signal her. No use. The king was nearly at the top of the stairs when the first mate burst through the passageway. She skidded to a stop. Even from across the yawning basin, Allegra could see the first mate's eyes grow wide. She turned and ran. Summoning his undead power, the king leapt to the ground, levitating, gliding behind her with distressing speed. For some dank passage, much too far away, Allegra heard the first mate scream. She was already running towards the sound. The line in Allegra's hand went taut, then shuddered. It fell slack to the stone floor. As Allegra ran, she was gathering line, twisting it around her arm. She came to its end. The unbreakable thread dangled limply, its edge shredded and frayed in her hand. She tossed it to the ground and ran. Seems pretty clear. Sam is getting better at her writing. And she's still... Actually, she is actually still writing, which is a good sign. It's like a beloved pet now passed. Little souvenir. Alright, I think we're done in Sam's room. I'll just go ahead and leave the light on, since we will definitely have to come back here to find the combination to the locker. But since we're finished with that room, let's head downstairs. Oh, wait a minute. No. We're going to her parents' room, which is upstairs. That's where the secret passage was. Which is over here. In the closet. Ah, open panel. There we go. Oof, cobwebs everywhere. And no light source. Although I'm not surprised. Oh, wait, no, there is one. Here we go. Hey, someone... Since, Lonnie and Sam have found this passageway, it's nice to know that they replaced the bulbs. I don't think anything else is here. Here's the map. Ghost Hunters, Sam and Lonnie's secret. House investigation log. Hidden compartments found. 3. Library, upstairs hall, and foyer. Evidence of supernaturals discovered. 0. The search continues. So sure enough, we have a passages in and out the secret area from the library, the side of the foyer, and across from Lonnie's room. And we should be looking out for panels like is shown in the photo there. Again, those will be marked on our map so that they'll pop up. Oh. Thank you. Well, they did say that the electrical wiring was a little touchy around here. Although that might have just been the bulb finally burning out. Yep. Here we are. Went down the stairs and we are in the library again. Let's hit the lights. So this set only appears to go between the upstairs master bedroom and the library. But looks like we have some other options here on this map. So we can just go straight across from the library into the corner, and we should be able to get into the other areas. Yep, loose panel. Put it over here. What do we got? The Misfits. Maidenhead. Stygia. Oh, yes. Recognize
At Todd's
that.
brother's place after the show, there was only a futon to sleep on, so Lonnie and I shared it. The lights went out. I was turned toward her. My eyes started to adjust, and then I could see she was looking at me, too. In the dark, she smiled. My heart was beating so fast. I rolled over. I felt so, I don't know, nervous. After a minute, she put her arm around me and was so close and whispered in my ear, "I really like you." I just nodded my head, and I really hope she could tell. I really hope that she meant what I think she did. I felt like a shook-up can of soda ever since. I hope we have the chance to talk before I explode.
Another step in a budding teenage romance. Here's our second loose panel. I just had to check the map to make sure I remembered where it was. Okay, we have story. Heaven at the Edge of the World. Private, do not read. The Green Glacier, Part 2. 9th grade. Okay, so this was a little bit between the story we just read and the very first story back in second grade. Allegra and her scouting party peered down warily through the dense canopy of rustling leaves from their perch high in the forest branches. Mere feet away, sunlight shone brightly off the inner ice walls of the glacier basin in which the forest grew. It was a strange sight indeed, such lushness juxtaposed with the frigid ice formations. Allegra leapt forward without hesitation, bounding through the high branches. The first mate had been captured by the Green Glacier's Amazonian tribe. His life hung in the balance. "We have to hurry." Allegra's party followed behind, moving quietly as a breeze through the greenery. Allegra landed in the clearing and shouted, "Stop!" She saw the Queen Amazonian up on her pedestal, reaching for the lever that would drop her first mate into the vat below. She shouted, "No!" and flung her saber at the Amazon's reaching hand, but it was too late. The first mate screamed as he fell towards the water, then splashed down, and all was eerily silent. Allegra looked on, frozen in fear and remorse. She had been a moment too late. But then from the vat something began to emerge, a head of dark brown hair. Just like the first mate's. Then the shoulders and sleeves of his coat, soaking wet. But as the figure stood and the water poured down, Allegra saw that the first mate had changed. He was no longer a man at all. In fact, what looked back at her were the eyes, the face, the hair, hands, and body of a woman, still in the first mate's clothes. Still the first mate, she spoke in a soft, clear voice. "Captain?" The Amazonian queen said, "She is one of us now. She is ours." Allegra drew her magical flintlock pistols from her belt, and her crew readied their swords. Allegra glared into the queen's eyes and said, "That's the love of my life, and you can't have her." Ah. So, as you might expect here, we have a little bit of peeking into Sam's psyche here. The nebulous romantic interest for herself in her fictional world around 9th grade has changed from something that is male persuasion to female. Not surprising that she met Lonnie in 9th grade when she started high school. Alright, so we have one half of the code here, 51. So this is probably to the locker upstairs. So we will keep that. Stand back up here. Alright, one last secret place, and that is... where is that? Oh yes, across from Sam's room. Okay, so we need to go back upstairs. You'll notice there's you can look at a lot of things in this game, but you never really end up having a lot in your inventory. Where are you? Oh, wait a minute. Maybe it's the other side. Across the other doorway. There it is. And you can actually see, if you look at it closely, it is a little bit offset from the other panels. Here is that Ouija board they were talking about. Read note. Ah, here's one of their sessions. Hello, spells back hello. Who are you? Oscar. What do you want? To come be a... and then a big line. So I'm guessing that at this point something happened that kind of freaked them out, so they just didn't want to play it anymore. Alright, 0 is the first number. So let's have a look at the notes together. To open, turn first number, right 3 times, stop, turn left to the number, full turn passing the first number, turn right at second number, pull, shackle. Ah, yes, using a combination lock for a locker. I did that every single day in high school. So it's 051. I think. Was that right? Yes. Ugh, sometimes my memory. Let's do it. 051. Ta-da! They go through all that procedure of how to turn it, but then of course in the game you don't actually have to turn it, you just put in the numbers. So now we can see why this is locked. Looks like Sam has taken up smoking. I wonder if that was because Lonnie is smoking. Gosh, Sam. Indeed. Looks like Sam has been tapping into her father's stash, so to speak. Photograph of Lonnie.
Lonnie came over today, but everything was different. She was sitting at my desk chair, and she wouldn't look at me. Finally, I asked her what was going on. She said she felt like she'd done something wrong that night in the city. Like I must think... But I said no, there was nothing wrong. I just wanted to say... But I couldn't find the words. I felt like I was gonna cry, but I wasn't sad. She got up and sat next to me on the bed. I looked at her. Lonnie, do you think you could ever... And that's when she kissed me.
Relationship level up. Okay, we have a key here. Basement key. So, let's head into the basement. Okay, well, we gotta go downstairs. Okay, where was the basement again? Ah, yes, at the end of that hallway. Okay. I believe there's at least one more kind of tucked away area, and I think it is down here in the basement. No lights here, but there's one there. Don't blow out this time. Down there. Oh, what's... Oh, chips. The style reminds me of something, but I can't think of the name off the top of my head. Again, I think they are parodying real brands here. Read note. Dear Samantha, I would like to cordially thank you for having me to your abode for the Thanksgiving holiday with your lovely family. I enjoyed the flavorful potatoes, and also it was weird being around your parents for that long. But it was pretty funny how impossible it is for your dad not to be awkward for more than 30 seconds at a time. Very cordially yours, your close friend and confidant, Lonnie D. A fancy man. Quite. Dear Miss DeSoto, allow me to take this opportunity to thank you in kind for being such a gracious host of the festivities at your father's estate. Following the aforementioned meal with my parents, your family's Thanksgiving feast was the more enjoyable of the two events, I must say. One especially appreciated the time I spent with your grandmother, who is a lovely woman with sterling taste and a refined air. Let's do it again, same time next year, shall we? Indeed, Madam Samantha Greenbrier, Esquire. Alright, so Lonnie definitely has her parents around because, you know, Samantha was able to meet them at Thanksgiving. So, still kind of strange that the school is not seeming able to contact them for some reason. S and L, the lovely little heart decoration.
It's different now. I mean, we still hang out all the time like before. But now when no one else is around... Well, you know. So you could say we're dating. But it's secret. Secret dating? I don't know. I mean, I guess that's the real difference. Now when we get off the phone, or go home for the night, or it's just quiet and we're alone, we say I love you.